Here on the banks of Mother Ganga, we have seen during the lockdown how clean her waters have gotten. So many studies have come about Mother Ganga, Mother Yamuna, how the waters have become so clean. But it's amazing because we know from the work that we do that there's three main sources of pollution. One, sewage. Two, agricultural waste, so the chemical pesticides, the chemical fertilizers. And three, the industrial waste. Now, sewage, that has not changed during lockdown. Nobody has stopped going to the toilet during lockdown. So the same sewage that was entering Ganga before is still entering Ganga. Similarly, our farmers are still farming the fruits, the vegetables, the rice, the lentils, all of that is still being farmed. केवल एक बहुत बड़ा फर्क हो गया. The industries, the factories were shut down during lockdown. And only by shutting down the industries, itna fark hua ma Ganga mein. And what it makes us realize is we understand that yes, we have to open our economies, obviously. But we have an option. In the word economy, the first part of the word is eco. We have forgotten the eco in economy. We have started to think that economy means, permits us, allows us as a license to use and abuse and discard our natural world. But rather, economy must have eco in it. So we have to put back the eco in economy. And part of that is this call by our Honorable Prime Minister to use local. And an important part of it is to ask ourselves 10 times before we buy anything, क्या सचमुच इसके बिना मैं जी नहीं सकती हूँ? क्योंकि everything we buy, from अपने कपड़े to अपना mobile, to whatever we are buying, is produced somewhere in a factory. And those factories are spewing their waste into our air, into our soil, into our groundwater, into our rivers. But there is this economic model of supply and demand. So as long as we are clamoring for more, man mange, more, cheaper, 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 these factories are going to keep polluting. They'll keep producing. They'll keep cutting corners. It's such a sad irony. We live in a world where people are clamoring, picketing, having unshan for clean Ganga, and then turning around and insisting that their cars should have leather car seats, that they should have leather handbags, leather shoes, leather belts. The same industries that are polluting Ganga are the same industries into which we are putting our money after we scream and yell that Ganga should be clean. And so we really have to start putting our money where our mouth is. We have to start thinking that with every rupee, with every purchase, we are actually making a choice, a decision, not just about kaun si rang, kaun si kapde, but kaun si paryavar, kaun si shrishti, which natural environment do we want? Whatever I am buying is a choice. It is a choice for a healthy environment. Why don't we have a system of certification, Ganga safe production? We should have a certification system where all of the industries, all of the factories that line the banks of Ganga have to prove that not one drop of their waste goes into the soil, goes into the air, goes into the river. And then everything produced by them should get a stamp that says Ganga safe. And then the people of this nation and the people of the world where things are exported should insist that we will only buy products with that stamp, that certification, Ganga safe, that we will not put our money into industries that are making money at the expense of our sacred water bodies, that are making money at the expense of our air. Ganga safe, Yamuna safe, Paryavaran safe. We've already got a stamp for vegetarian. We need a stamp for green businesses, such that we can open our economy. People can spend money, but they can spend money wisely, consciously, in a way that is in alignment with a healthy economy and also a healthy ecology, a healthy environment. And lastly, and perhaps most importantly, is the call to be vegetarian. I know probably, hopefully, the vast majority of your listeners are, but it's such an important thing to emphasize, because across the world, and these are United Nations statistics, animal agriculture, the livestock industry, is the single greatest contributor to climate change, the single greatest contributor to environmental destruction. The Amazon rainforest that produces 20% of the oxygen for planet Earth, that absorbs 20% of the carbon emissions, that stores 20% of the planet's water, that really are the lungs of Mother Earth. The Amazon is being cut down at a terrifying rate of about an acre a second. For what? To graze the cows that will become hamburgers. So the meat industry, people think in this country that it's a religious issue. It is not a religious issue. Yes, some people may be vegetarian because of their religion. Wonderful. But our call for vegetarianism is not a call about religion. It's not a call about be this religion or that religion. It is a call that says, do you care about Mother Earth? Do you care about the future of this planet? Do you care about the environment? Do you care about starving people, starving children? Do you care about water? And if you do, you must be vegetarian. The amount of water, you will not believe this. The amount of water, and all of us are working to protect and preserve water. Niti Aayog has told us that by 2030, India will have only half the water it needs. We saw last year, Chennai ki jal khatam ho gaya tha. So many of our cities of India are having no water. The amount of water that goes in the production of one meal of hamburgers, one meal, ek parivar, saath hi saath baith ke hamburgers khaye, 10,000 liters of water, 10,000 liter jal goes in the production of one meal of hamburgers for that family. Ab, sabhi roj स्नान करते हैं. अगर हम बाल्टी से नहीं, लेकिन जैसे ऊपर से पानी आते हैं, अगर आप 8 मिनट के लिए स्नान करेंगे, मतलब 8 continuous minutes that water is flowing on you, you will use 10,000 liters of water in 6 months. इसका मतलब है कि जो पानी एक मील of hamburgers में जाते हैं, हमारे 6 महीने रोज स्नान करते हुए उसी same amount of water is used. इसका मतलब, my sisters and brothers, यदि आप hamburgers खाना चाहेंगे, क्या आप 6 महीने के लिए बिना स्नान जी सकेंगे? Because you would have to refrain from bathing for 6 months in order to offset the amount of water that goes into that one meal. Or chicken, कभी कभी लोग कहते हैं कि वो तो मैं बीफ नहीं खाता हूँ, मैं केवल चिकन खाता हूँ या चिकन खाती हूँ. So chicken is about 1/3. इसका मतलब है in one meal of chicken, 2 months worth of bathing water. क्या आप 2 महीने के लिए स्नान को बंद करेंगे ताकि आप एक बार चिकन मैकनगेट्स खाएंगे आपकी फैमिली के साथ? And if not, then you cannot say that you care about water. So the amount of water, of land that goes in this production is amazing. Do you know, Charuji? Every day, 1 billion people go to sleep hungry. 1 billion people, more almost, go to sleep hungry. Tens of thousands of children die every day from starvation. और हमको लगता है कि खाने की shortage है. There is a food shortage, a global food shortage. There is not a global food shortage. We actually produce enough food, enough grain, enough anaj to feed 10 billion people. Puri Mother Earth में, there's only 7 billion something people. The cut kya hai? Jo anaj we are growing. इंसान को खिलाने के बजाय वो अनाज globally more than 50% of the grain we grow. Matlab rice, soy, wheat, corn. That anaj, इंसान को खिलाने के बजाय, we are feeding the cows, the chickens, the pigs, जो बाद में अपने hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken McNuggets बन जाएंगे. If we took that grain and we fed human beings, ek bhi insan ko bhuki se marne bahut dur ki baat hai. They don't even have to sleep hungry. Not one person has to sleep hungry, let alone die. The problem is that we take the planet's resources and we are itni chakard mein we are using them just to support this livestock industry, which is killing our air, killing our water, harming our planet. So if we do nothing else, but we actually become vegetarians, we can feed the world. We can cut down the carbon emissions. We can save our water. We don't have a global food shortage. We don't have a global land shortage to grow the food. What we have is a global consciousness shortage. And so when we talk to people about be a vegetarian, it's not a religious decision. It is saying, do you care about starving children? Do you care about people sleeping hungry? Do you care about the planet's water resources? Do you care about the Amazon? Do you care about anything at all? If you care about anything at all, the only answer is to go vegetarian. And even more, sadly we are seeing, Charuji, in India. It breaks my heart. In a land jahan hum go mata kehte hain, jahan hum गौ माता की पूजा करते हैं, गौ माता की हालत in so many of the big dairy industries, it is violence. So we need to actually shift not only to vegetarian, but even to vegan. So many of the cows are being tortured in this country for milk. You wouldn't believe it. In a country where we worship the cow, if you see what some of the dairies are, not all of them, but too many of them, we need to go back to that worship of the mother cow that understands she's a member of our family, and to get out of this idea of using her as a commodity. If you see the way these cows are impregnated, It is rape. It is sexual assault. I could show you videos, I could show you pictures. You would cry to see what is being done. And so along with being vegetarian, we need to even be vegan. Unless we know where that milk is coming from, unless it is Appana Goshala, unless the cows are ones living in our home or our neighbor's Goshala where we know they are being treated with love, with care, where their babies are drinking, where it's all natural, where they're not being slaughtered when they stop giving milk. Because too tragically, the dairy industry has become one with the meat industry, one with the leather industry. And so it has become also an industry of violence, and we need to say no to that.